Is this thing on? Welcome back to Big Mouth and fancy seeing you here in June. I'm very welcome, my friends, and especially my enemies. Come in, sit down, no touching. I don't do the touching. And welcome to Saturday's edition of the dceu Daily. Our main headline this morning is a massive one, and it's to do with the fallout of the Joker movie directed by Todd Phillips and starring Joaquin Phoenix. We know for weeks now, ever since TIFF, ever since the Toronto Film Festival, SJWs, part of Access Media and critical media have been going for the Joker movie, and Warner Brothers have had absolutely enough, and this is what Warner Brothers' reaction is to it. We've already had the shooting victims from the cinema criticising a film they haven't seen yet. We've also had the army warning of maybe some kind of terror attack because of the film. Absolutely ridiculous. Joker, Warner Brothers restricts broadcast and print reporters from red carpets at Hollywood premiere. It's about time too. And this is not just about Joker. We know Man of Steel was attacked. We know Batman v Superman was attacked with vehement toxicity. And so was Suicide Squad. So this is the article from Deadline. With the media on high alert about possible threats during Joker's opening next weekend. Possible threats? Are you being serious? Warner Brothers is curbing broadcast and print interviewers from their Hollywood premiere Saturday night. Those press members invited to the premiere to watch the movie are still welcome to attend, but only photographers will be allowed on the red carpet at the TLC Chinese Theatre, Deadline has learned. A lot has been said about Joker, and we just feel it's time for people just to see the film, a studio spokesman said, and I couldn't agree more. Let's see the film and have informed opinions after watching the film. As you know, I saw the test screening. Can't wait to see the theatrical version. Curbing journalists from the red carpet prevents them from asking execs and Joker talent their thoughts on potential security threat screenings. There's no potential threats, by the way. Anyway, individual movie chains like AMC, Regal and Landmark have made their safety policies known to ease moviegoers' fears. Last night, the LAPD said that while there are no credible threats being made in conjunction with Joker next weekend, they'll have a high visibility at movie theatres. What's all this about? This is a concerted campaign to scare people from going to see this movie. Go and see this movie. Don't let these people win. They've been gunning for Warner Brothers and DC since Man of Steel, and this is a step too far. These are tactics. There's no question about this. These are dirty, underhanded tactics, and it wouldn't surprise me if Disney and Bob Iger are behind this. This might sound insane, paranoid, but I absolutely believe this. This is absolutely disgusting. And Warner Brothers, the new leadership, have had enough. Early this week, Stars and Stripes published a report that an Army Criminal Investigation Command memo was issued earlier this week and put commanders at Fort Steele in Oklahoma on notice about the intelligence bulletin stating a Texas law enforcement agency working with the FBI have discovered disturbing and very specific chatter on the dark web regarding the potential targeting of an unknown theatre for a mass shooting during the weekend of Joker's release. This, of course, isn't true. First of all, the dark web's a bit more cleverer than you give it credit for. This is not true. But I absolutely think this is a concerted campaign from extreme leftists, not my left, extreme left, not liberals, extreme left crazies who are gunning for this movie. And why? Because it tells a story of a white male in his 40s who is suffering with mental health, schizophrenia, or whatever he's suffering with, right? And we're not allowed to have a kind of commentary on a white man suffering with mental health. But if it was a white woman or a woman of colour, of course it would be cool and hip. And nobody will be talking along these terms now, would they now? But of course, the narrative goes beyond that and goes deeper than that. We all know that. Industry sources have informed Deadline that the FBI and Homeland Security have also found no credible threats surrounding the release of Joker, which officially begin October the 3rd, with previews starting at 4 p.m. Variety first reported the red carpet news today. Basically, right, yeah, as I say, this is to scare people from not going to see this film. This is a political motivated conspiracy, and I believe that Disney and competitors are behind this, and Warner Brothers have had enough. But as I say, this is a deeper cut than just about Joker, because Warner Brothers have had to put up with this since Man of Steel and Batman v Superman. And why? Because they make unique films instead of tickling you under the chin. This offends access media and mainstream critical media, and it has to stop. They have to know, sometimes studios and big corporations use their power for the wrong reasons. They've got to understand. These journalists, these Disney shills have got to understand that Warner Brothers are not going to take it anymore. Some of you out there, my fellow Snyder DCEU fans, are saying, oh, why didn't they do this before when all the hate for Batman v Superman and Man of Steel started? Different leadership. This is new leadership. They are saying to media, they're telling everyone, listen, we are going to make family movies like Shazam, but we're also going to make deep cut DC movies like the Joker. And it doesn't matter what you say or what you do, we are carrying on with what we're doing. So the question remains now, has this tactic, has this agenda, is this going to stop people going to see the Joker movie? I hope people are far more intelligent than that. But of course, people are only human. You could scare people from going to the cinema talking about national security threats for a film. How many times have people gunned down in a cinema? Was it just that one time? I don't know. But it's a rarity. They're gunning for this film. No pun intended. This film is a deep cut. This film is disturbing. This film is compelling. Some films should be compelling. There should be family movies out there. There should be a variety of movies. We grew up with many, many films that were compelling. Films like Falling Down. Films like Casino. I could go on. Films like Revenge, for Christ's sake. What they do to Madeleine Stowe in Revenge is hideous, but it's a compelling movie. The point is that art is art. But we live in a generation now who is scared of everything. And be careful when they start calling men dudes, they're extreme left. Basically, this is absolutely outrageous, and Warner Brothers had to ask. They had to act. They had to send a message. They had to send a message saying, we are in control here, not you. We're not going to allow you to frighten people from going to see a film. This is outrageous. So let's just say if Joker doesn't make the money first predicted, that's why. And they've won. And that's a terrible thing. We mustn't let them win. So new leadership like Ann Sarnoff is basically, this is who it's coming from. Ann Sarnoff made this decision. She's the CEO. She's in charge. They're not going to have it anymore. Warner Brothers is a company that makes artistic, deep cut movies. That can't be allowed to stop. But there is an agenda out there. Of course Disney is scared of the Joker movie. Not because they think people are going to shoot the cinema up while people are watching the movie, because they know Warner Brothers are going in a direction they can't follow. And they're scared. Look at their fear this week. Announcing Kevin Feige developing a Star Wars movie. Some kind of weird tactic by Iger to admit that he maybe treated George Lucas disrespectfully. Everything that's happened this week, the Spider-Man announcement, that Sony and Marvel Studios are working together on Spider-Man again. One final movie and another appearance for Peter Parker in the MCU. This is fear. They're trying to get attention. They're trying to divert attention. But because what they're doing isn't as interesting as what Warner Brothers are doing, a Matrix movie, a Joker movie, a Harley Quinn Birds of Prey movie, a Wonder Woman 1984, which is going to be one of the biggest films out next year. Jesus. But the Spider-Man 3 movie is coming out, a few weeks after or before the Batman movie? They're trying it all on again. It's all back to Civil War all over again. These people are underhanded people because they don't have the talent and imagination and are too politically motivated to make real artistic leaps of films. They're trying to get to Warner Brothers using underhanded tactics. But of course, they're not happy, the extreme left, because this movie is about a white man in his 40s. And white men in their 40s, people like me, although I'm a little bit tan, I'm Greek Cypriot living here in Cyprus and all that, we're the targets. We're all supposed to be really, really bad people. Apparently, we're all sexual harassers. It is a nonsense. The Joker is a white man. Now, if you want to do a different type of Joker who's African American, go for it. And if it's cast with a great actor, I'll watch it. But believe you me, if it was an African American or a woman of colour playing this character, if they went that direction, no one would be doing this now. But here's the thing. There's so many different agendas. Disney's fear of Warner Brothers. They're losing the plot. They're using underhanded tactics. Then you've got the extreme left. As I say, not my left, the extreme left. This is extremely serious now. And Warner Brothers have taken a stand. And it's up to you, all the DC fans and everyone who's excited about the Joker film, go out and watch it. Go out and watch it repeatedly. Do not let them win, my friends. This is really, really important. Take a load of this. Look at this. My man, Brandon Routh, is back as Superman on the Arrowverse crossover, Crisis on Infinite Earths. Wow, wow, wow. Look at that. Now, I kind of despise the CW and what they've done to Arrowverse since seasons 3 of The Flash and Arrow. But this, my friends, even I must admit, massive Superman fan here, this is freaking awesome. Brandon Routh is back as Kingdom Come Superman. And as exciting as Tom Welling and Erica Durance being involved in that is, that's even more exciting. That is Superman. Now, I love Brandon Routh's Superman from Superman Returns. Superman Returns had its issues. He didn't really know what it was going to be. I enjoyed the movie. I thought it was okay. Not, better than Superman 3 and 4, obviously. Now, when Zack Snyder was looking to cast a Superman, there was a massive petition for Brandon Routh to continue the role as Superman. So is this a one-off situation just for Crisis, or is there an opportunity here to do a Kingdom Come Superman TV series? I think the only way you could do that, because obviously it's not part of Arrowverse, it's part of another universe. Kingdom Come Superman is the Superman where the Joker kills Lois Lane and he hibernates, for years he hibernates in the Fortress of Solitude. It's a fascinating story. And in the end, he comes out of his shell and he goes back to being a hero and he has a romance with Wonder Woman. I think a Kingdom Come Superman would work. Whether it would work on the CW or, as I say, HBO or HBO Max, there's lots of kind of interesting things here. If Henry Cavill's not going to play Superman anymore, I mean, we'd all be very happy with a Kingdom Come Superman movie. There's lots of permutations with that. You've got the CW, but Warner Brothers are the daddies and the mummies here, right? They're the ones who own Superman, so they can do what they want. I think this is a great opportunity for a backdoor pilot. I would be absolutely up for that. Look, just look at him one more time. Doesn't he look freaking amazing? Amazing. Kingdom Come Superman on the live screen. Of course, the question marks are, we know the CW, we know Arrowverse. Is this going to be any good, or is this has got to be the biggest event ever, and they've got to put everything into this, and I think they will. Basically, this is Arrowverse's Infinity War and Endgame, isn't it? I mean, that's how big this is. And look, whatever I think of the crazy extreme leftist propaganda Arrowverse now forwards, I have to be honest. Berlanti and Guggenheim have done a really good job with Arrowverse. They brought all these characters in. It works for DC fans. People watch it. For me, it's too much against my agenda. But at the end of the day, they're bringing my character Superman. It's, Crisis on Infinite Earths. It's very, very interesting. And of course, I will be watching this. This is a massive event. And I can't wait to see it. And I would be really, really excited for Brandon Routh to have his own TV show as Superman. We do know that Brandon is leaving DC's Legends of Tomorrow. So basically, even more females are going to pretty much be dominating that show. Nothing wrong with that if you do it properly and they're not insulting men every 5 minutes, if you know what I mean. But But there is an opportunity here for Brandon to play Superman full time. I think Warner Brothers are looking at this very, very seriously. They know, even though audiences and critics were divided over Superman Returns, the one thing we all said, his Superman was excellent. His Clark Kent was excellent. But he was trying to impersonate Chris Reeves' Clark Kent. He wasn't really impersonating his Superman that much. I think he tried to kind of spin it to his own thing. And let's be honest, the costume. And this is actually the first time in live action. Let's just see this again, because this is awesome, right? It doesn't get boring, does it? Right. While I talk, we're going to say this is actually the first time a comic book accurate Superman costume is going to be in live action. Superman the movie, that costume wasn't based on the comics. The Lois and Clark show. And Tom Welling's CGI Superman costume basically was the Superman Returns one. But this is Kingdom Come Superman's costume, taken from the comics, right? Which is freaking awesome, right? Freaking awesome. I mean, I'm sorry if I'm boring you about this, but as I say, if we're just going to see him in this kind of get-together, this kind of Crisis on Infinite Earths, fine. But I think there's an opportunity here to do a great Superman TV show. And Kingdom Come Superman should really be an HBO Max show. It should really be an HBO show. They can do something extremely special. And of course, look, Brandon Routh is a really good actor. And I've always said he's an underrated actor. He really is wasted on DC's Legends of Tomorrow. He's kind of that cutesy, harmless, kind of emasculated guy on Legends. So I think this could be brilliant. And I suspect there is an opportunity, and maybe this is what they're trying to do here, because why is he leaving DC's Legends of Tomorrow? It doesn't even make sense, does it? So I'm very excited. I think that picture is awesome. I want you to comment down below. I really do value your opinions. I read them. I can't always respond. I'm really sorry. Not that I get lots of responses anyway. This is a very, very young channel, about a year old. I've got about 51 subscribers, which I appreciate every single one of you. Unfortunately, you don't all come in and watch the videos. That's disappointing, but that's up to you. You're all busy people. I'm getting a bit of a low turnout these days with the videos. So if you do like the videos, please spread the word. Please like, share and subscribe. Comment down below. Let me know. What do you think about the Joker kerfuffle? How do you feel about this? That there's this kind of agenda to scare people from going to see the film. Is it a step too far? Are you okay with it? Are you too scared to go and see the movie? Or will you still go and see the movie? And what do you think about Brandon Routh there posing as Kingdom Come Superman? As Superman being my favourite character of all time. Thanks to Superman the movie, that's when I first was introduced to the character. I am really excited, and I'm sure you are too.